Hello and welcome to Crafts with Pastor Missy. Today we are going to do something really fun. We are going to make a bracelet or a necklace out of paper. It's super easy, but you do have to use scissors. So you only need two things really for this. You need scissors and paper. That's it. If you want to have something to color with, you can, but you can just use any paper. If you've got construction paper, great, but you can use any kind of paper for this. If it's a little stronger, see how this is a little more stiff, it's an advertisement, this more stiff, it's a little bit better, but I have trusty scratch paper and I even have newspaper. All of them are good for it. So how in the world are we going to make a necklace or a bracelet out of just a piece of paper? Well, watch this. I'm even taking off the end of this. It says, yes, this is the size of a postcard, and we're going to make a big necklace out of this. It's very simple. You take your piece of paper, not very big. This size is great. You fold it in half the long way. Okay? Now, here's where the cutting comes in. You're going to start cutting on the side that has the fold, and you're going to cut towards the other end that's open, okay? So I'm cutting towards that, and I cut until about somewhere between 1/2 and 1/4 of an inch from it. And it's okay if it's got a good amount of space because you're learning, especially your first ones, okay? Then, so you see how that one is. Now I'm turning it over, and then I'm cutting from the side that's open up the same way, about 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch. And then I turn it back over and I cut again, 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch. Now you see on this one, I'm cutting about 1/4 of an inch. That's how wide, how far apart my cuts are. See, that one's there and that one's there. So they're about 1/4 of an inch apart. And that's good. If you get them a little closer, you can. Just be real careful, because if you get them too close together, it'll start to tear apart, and you don't want that. 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 to 1/4 of an inch. See how I'm going just back and forth like this? Now I've got to start looking at the end here, because I want my last cut to be from, hold on, I have to look and make sure I'm doing this right, from the direction of the fold. There it is. So see how my two small ones on the ends have the fold. See, it's thick, is where the thick one is, where it's open. Now, that was pretty easy. The next part, a little bit harder, and you might need a grown-up's help, but you might not. Now, let's go ahead and do it this way. There's a couple ways you can do this, and you can play with it to figure it out, what way is best for you. But very, very carefully open this up so it's not folded anymore. Now this one, because I used the thick stuff, it's not wanting to unfold very well. Now, see how it looks right now? I'm going to just pull it a little bit. I'm not going to cut right here, leave that, and then you're just going to cut right up that fold. So see, I left that one too. I'm not cutting that top one. Now, see what it looks like now? Watch this. Ta-da! Look at that. Now, because we made our cuts a little bit bigger, mine's going to be a little tight, but I can get it on as a necklace. Ta-da! Necklace. Now, maybe you're saying, but Pastor Missy, I don't have any harder paper. Well, that's okay. You can use your scrap paper. And look, this one I started even coloring it so that it would be pretty. And I used purple and magenta. Let's finish it up real quick. Look at this. I'm just going like this. See that? Purple and magenta, right? Now, you're gonna see it's not very big. I'm gonna cut along the color. I'm gonna cut up. Look, this one's even smaller than our other one. Well, we're gonna do it, remember, the long way. And then we start cutting. So where do we start? We start on the side that's folded and we cut back and forth and back and forth. And you remember how we did that? Well, I already did one and I did back and forth and I cut out the center again. And look how big this one is. And see how it's a little bit lighter. It's not, this one's poking in my neck a little bit. This one makes a better headband. What do you think? Good headband? But this one, look at that. Look at that. See? There you go, necklace. Maybe you don't want to make a necklace, so instead you can use a little piece. Look at that, little bitty piece. And I fold it in half. Watch this. I'm cutting on the fold again, really. Cut. Cut. Remember, you don't cut all the way to the end. Leave about 1/4 of an inch, a 1/2 inch. This one I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch. Back and forth. Back. I gotta get one more in because I gotta get, now watch your fingers and make sure if you're not supposed to be using scissors that you get someone to help you, okay? And then, gotta open it up. This one is wanting to get stuck together a little bit. This is another advertisement. This one was for some kind of pretty ring. Look at that. Woohoo! So now I've got it open again. And remember, I leave the 2 parts on the end and I just cut along the fold up the middle. But I make sure I'm not cutting the ends. See, there's my ends. I cut up the fold in the middle, straight up. Ah, look at that. And look, you're like, no, it's not big enough, Pastor Missy. Yes, it is. Look at that. It just opens up. There we go. I had another one. Made another one. Now this one is a little, I cut it a little thinner. So look at that. Yeah. So one more time for the, here's one that I cut all the way. See, it's all cut. But now I have to open it up. That's really important that we remember to, there's one more way you can cut it, but you have to be really careful. Get your little one out of the way, and then just cut the ends. Very, very tip end. See how I'm doing? It's another way. If you're having trouble, you can do it like this. I'm going as fast as I can. It's kind of boring watching me cut stuff, isn't it? Hope that everybody is doing well. Now that school is officially out, you know that we're continuing to keep you all in prayer. We love you very much and we miss you and hope that everybody is doing well. And hopefully we'll get a chance to be in touch in some other ways soon. But you take good care. See, I'm opening it up. Look at that one. Look how big that one is. Whoa, it's huge. Look at that. It just keeps opening, doesn't it? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And what's fun about this is you can cut in different ways. Look, this one, I made extra cuts from the open side. And so this one looks like it's got extra fringe. Woo! So one of the great things is you can just play with this and you can keep doing things and you can find all kinds of different ways to make these paper necklaces and bracelets. And I will tell you, there is nothing as much fun as giving the people we love something that we made with our own hands. And this one isn't hard. You can even, if you don't have a pair of scissors, you could even take a piece of paper, fold it in half. I know you're thinking, Pastor Missy, this is craziness. Fold it in half and tear back and forth and back and forth. Look at this. Look how quick. Now you don't have to go as fast as I am. There's no reason for you to have to feel like you've got to go that fast. And now I've got it all cut, right? All torn. I open it up and then I just tear on my fold. Uh-oh, that one didn't open up, did it? There we go. Tear on my fold. Tear on the fold. Ah, it's flopping over. Tear on the fold. And one more time. Tear on the fold. And look at that. I didn't even use a pair of scissors with that one. Alrighty, so we have made all kinds of necklaces and bracelets and crowns and all sorts of stuff like that with paper and scissors, maybe some markers or crayons. But you don't even have to have a scissor. You can just use paper in your hands. So I hope that you've had a good time doing this. Please know that you are loved so much and you're amazing and wonderful. We keep you all in prayer, and if we know you or don't, you are kept in prayer. You are loved, and God loves you, and we do too. And take good care. See you again soon, and be safe. Alrighty, love you. Bye-bye.